Hello everybody, vanburman here. Welcome to another one of my podcasty type videos. Yep, it's not really that much of a podcast, seeing as I'm doing it on video, so you can see my face. Anyway, today I wanted to discuss Rome 2 Total War, a game which I was massively looking forward to. I really wanted it to do well. I mean, anyone who knows anything about the Total War franchise knows how amazing it is, with the exception of Empire and Napoleon. Yeah, pretty much sums it up. And for me, Fall of the Samurai, because too many guns, just not needed. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I didn't even know the big game was coming out, and then, about a year ago I was told that it was. I got really excited, found out it was coming out in September, planned a load of videos around it, put up a load of videos around it, about it. Of course, I had all the problems with the DirectX and all of that stuff, which is now fixed. Mainly due to having a new monitor that helped, because before I was running it on a TV and now I'm running it on a PC monitor. So I guess you could say, well, that's sort of your fault, and yeah, okay, I'll go with that. But, the thing is, we're now on patch 8.1 beta, and a lot of the things that people were complaining about, I never saw. And I just thought, well, maybe their hardware's not compatible, etc., etc. But it turns out that I've been experiencing some of the bugs as well. At one point, I had a quarter of a ship, which was for some reason floating through the middle of the battlefield, while I was halfway through a battle on the campaign map. The troops' morale just breaks instantly. I was routing some enemies, like routing them, as in chasing them down on horseback, when you basically just go and mop up them. And I had a unit rout. Had one of my units rout while I was routing them. Well, they were already routed and I continued on the battle. Because the thing is, this is about the good time to announce it because I haven't said anything yet, but I have made a new Total War series. I've done around 140 turns. I don't know how many hours of footage I have. So much footage. But I'm going to be putting them into episodes, and I'm going to be shortening them, editing them, highlighting them, whatever you want to call it. And it'll be going up. So there's another Iceni one. I'm aiming for it to be around 10 episodes long, so it does make it a lot shorter. And the episodes will probably be, well, it depends on the battles really. If there's interesting battles in there, then I'll probably end up showing most of that battle. But still, the chances are they're not going to be amazingly long episodes. They could be half an hour an episode, could be 10 minutes, somewhere in between there. But the thing that really shocked me about playing Rome 2 is that there's still so many problems with it. And it's not just that. It's not just the in-game problems. It's the problems that it has with everything else. I mean, I've got an NVIDIA 770 right in my system. Those of you who you can go and look at and see what my system's got in it. Well, let me just show you something very quickly on here, if I can quickly find it and bring it up. And what it does is, I mean, I presume most of you know about NVIDIA GeForce, and the idea is that it helps optimize your games to run at the best settings that your computer can handle, which, is fair enough. And it's probably not going to do it now, but the couple of times before I've checked to optimize Rome 2, because I was originally going to record it in Shadowplay, but that's been messing up as well. Not that such a big deal for me anyway, so. But, yeah, let me show you. Right, so this is the NVIDIA GeForce. It tells you what games it can optimize, and it's not really picked that many games. But the point is, or the problem is with this, look, if I click on Rome 2, your system does not meet the minimum requirements for optimal settings in this game. Really? Look, this is what I'm running at now. On 720p, everything on high. Works fine, apart from when there's stupid amounts of people on the field. And they want me to run it in all on low. It's absolutely stupid. It was meant to be optimized so that people that could run Shogun on low could also still run Rome 2. No chance. They're saying that there would be a higher threshold for a higher spec. Well, yeah, that's fine. But the problem is it's not even optimized. You've not optimized it at all. It's been out how long now? And apparently my computer isn't good enough to play it. Right, so I've got a 6-core processor, 3.5 gigahertz, 12 gig of RAM, a GTX 770. How can I not play it? The only reason I couldn't play it is if I didn't have enough disk space. Well, it's already installed. It's the most annoying thing in the world, because it had such high expectations, and Creative Assembly haven't let me down before. The only other one I looked forward to was Shogun 2. Really looked forward to Shogun 2. It came out. I didn't have any problems with it, but it got better over time as well, and the multiplayer was amazing, the way they implemented that. The only problem is that the area which they chose, there was a lack of troop diversion, and also some tactic, only some special troops per faction, so your tactics was potentially sort of limited. Whereas in Rome, in that area, you had all sorts of different unit types. At least there's so many more possibilities, and you froth at the mouth at that sort of proposition to be thrown in front of you. Especially for me, something which I love is the Total War series. For me, the best one still is Medieval 2, but Rome 1 was an amazing game. And this doesn't even deserve to have the title Rome in it or be a Total War game. I don't even know. The thing with the flags as well, I'm so glad they fixed that, because that needed to go. I mean, I didn't like it in King Arthur. I just wanted to fight a battle. But no, you had to go and capture points. And that's what they made you do in this one. But now that's been changed. So that's good. Okay, there's a point to Creative Assembly. But there's just so much wrong with it. I was trying to get the Elusive Man to do a co-op campaign with me, and he won't do it. And he hasn't played it since about the 3rd patch or whatever it was. I don't know. Yeah, it would have been about around then. And I was saying, no, it's better, because I didn't, even some of these problems I hadn't experienced, and now I am, and it's just absolutely stupid. It's like the campaign as well. On the campaign, I have to build religious buildings just to keep public order up. Like, if I have one thing that takes away squalor or adds squalor in one area, which reduces public order, it does it for all 3. It does it for the whole region, which I guess sort of makes sense, but not when I need one to have a higher. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. There's just not enough balance to that side of things. You can't. It doesn't marry up at all. You have to give a huge army there just to stop them from rebelling. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but they were native lands. It was in the UK, and I started off as the Iceni. So it's just one of those that really grinds on me, and I wish it could be better. And I've made my series now, and I'm quite happy with the series, actually. The outcome's been good. But I'm not going to lie, I'm at a point where, as you probably would expect, I've done quite well in the end. But, I got to a point where there's just no point in playing it anymore. I've got a huge-ass army, and I can just go around, conquer everywhere, convert all the buildings, build religious buildings to make sure public order doesn't go down, and rinse and repeat for every single faction. Make friends with 1 or 2 strong ones that aren't going to attack you for a while. You're golden. It beggars belief, honestly. It's an absolute mess. Still a mess. Still now. January 2014, a mess. A quarter on from where it was when it was released. That's not quite, is it? But still. It really isn't good enough. At all. I don't have anything more to say about it. But you'll see the episode. You'll see when I release the episodes. I'm not going to be omega critical. I'm going to be more. I tried to get in. I got into the game and I really enjoyed it. It's just these bits that really annoyed me, and I didn't want to do this sort of video on it. But I really want to be able to go and say, go out and buy it. It's the best thing ever, but I can't. And now Creative Assembly are making Total War Arena, the free-to-play or freemium game, or whatever it's going to be. I don't even know anymore. And that's just going to be an absolute shambles. So, are we going to see Medieval 3? We're going to see Rome 3. Goodness me. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know where the franchise goes from here. They need to take a long, hard look at themselves, look at this game, and see what they've done wrong. And I would say rectify it, but they are still releasing patches. it gets to a point where the patches have done so little. I mean, to start with, was try to get everything optimized, and even though NVIDIA GeForce lies to me, it does work fine and records fine at my settings, but they need to do so much more work on this. I don't even know if it's patchable. There's just so much broken with the game. There's lots of good things about it, don't get me wrong, and it's a game that even despite the problems, I gave it Game of the Year because I can't help loving it. I do love it. It should have been better. It deserved to be better, and they've done it a disservice, unfortunately. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. If you have any comments, leave about the subject at hand, please do. I'll go through them and read them, and if you think I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. And I thought a lot of other people were wrong as well, because, as I say, I didn't experience some of these problems before, and now I am experiencing it after patches. Yeah, that's it. Right. I'll see you very soon, guys. Goodbye.